Hey guys, I'm doing something really different real quick. That is probably just like the end of Sukuna. Well, not really. I'm still not concerned about that, but we are going to analyze it with chapter 206, all the way to the end of the chapter. Small barrier eruptions. Holy cow, is that what you just Hollow Purple could do? Look how powerful it is! I know I said Hollow Purple was amazingly powerful, like it could destroy everything. We seem to destroy not only nearly Sukuna, uh, Megumi's father, or Bomami for short, and nearly Hanami. Boy, that should have got a hit. And oh yeah, the Hollow Purple destroys everything. It's just like a mass imaginary destructive force. Let's get that real quick. And Sukuna is still alive. Holy cow, he's looking more burnt than normal. He pulled it off. As powerful as Purple may be, he's still not fully using it. Even his own domain barrier was destroyed, including Sukuna's. Now, right before you basically say I didn't basically read the manga, I did. Oh. Every single chapter that came out, exactly, in literally different versions of manga and Twitter. And there we see the goats. We have Yuta Katsu, who's now as Gojo. Yuji, Todo, running as fast as they can to Sukuna. Katsu, doesn't matter if we can are in the crossfire. On the crossfire. The second your technique recovers, drill as many purples as into him as you can, without avoid it with using Boogie Woogie. And already, this probably means something. As you can see, immediately after using the main expansion, Sukuna once again falls into a stance, which his curse technique is mistakenly directed to use. Meanwhile, Akatsu freaking falls like an NPC, like an all NPC. It just goes so splat in the face. Holy cow. That is one big fall. Kajaku's curse technique's copy is also burning out once after using his domain before the 5 minute has passed. He has halted. And he monologues too. Rick is not haunting this body. You mean this copy is no longer making limitless the burnout technique. I thought I would still be able to use Kenjaku's. He's reached his limit! Good. Oh hey, there's a lot more stuff about Kenjaku right here. Was there something trick behind Kenjaku being able to use his technique immediately following a domain expansion? Did I take any information like in a copy with his technique? I'll at least maintain the barrier for their sake. So he's gonna play backup while Todo and Yuji are basically just fighting him off. I guess that's what they call him, the King of Curses. Even in a like this, his office does let up. I'm distracted by Akatsu. He won't let up that the posting side. And right before I even get to finish all this, Sukuna lands a black flash on Todo. And it breaks Boogie Woogie! I'm never gonna say it ever again, but you get the point. It breaks it into 2. Which means this is probably the part where things get even more shocking. Not only is it broken into 2, well, only the part that makes sense. Sukuna manages to simply get his bearing of Yuji. And this is where it gets even crazy. It's even because all he did was just broke the Sonic Viper. And Yuji appears right in front of Sukuna. But in the back. I do mean those ultimators. I'm not done hogging the spotlight just yet. Wait to make us wait. And another punch hit. Because of that burning curse, its energy has still the shards of the barrier floating around. Until these shards disappear, there are no guaranteed stage of it's. I'm not even gonna say it. Just like Woogie could shine. And before you can say this is, oh no wait, I better should probably like make it a little bit smaller. Okay, perfect. Now, and before I pick it half, Toto suddenly hits Boogie Woogie yet again, making Shuriken Itadori's. And Sukuna just looking at all of them, trying to figure out which one is actually him. He gets distracted in his head, and Yuji says, "Wake up, Fushiguro! I'll do this as many times as it takes. Dismantle." He selectively chose the target of his technique. He's firing dismantle after dismantle directly at the barrier between Mia and Megami Fushiguro. Fushiguro Megami. He's made a binding vow to make the strike more effective as tearing my soul from this body. If I continue taking these blows, I will be able to maintain this body and I'll lose. However, and as they say this, if he literally looks at the future, gobbles it back up, finger or not, No. And then we finally get to see Yuji's technique, which I do remember correctly is slicing and blood manipulation. There's like a lot of blood in this series. And I thought Damn Man's Wonderland had a lot of blood. Anyway, Yuji tries his best to simply use his own dismantle, and keeps on missing to simply hit Sukuna. We already had a fight of that years ago, 2018 to be precise. Man, that was a good year. Sukuna hits. If I simply avoid those blows, they'll have no other moves as effective. If my shape stick isn't recognized as my left hand, it won't function just once more time. Toto takes that risk after realizing it said it just works one more time. And as the stage is set, literally shards of pretty much unlimited void are following with Sukuna. And everyone takes it back as there's no slap. Even I am very confused on how there's no slap. There's just every single one of these sorcerers just standing here. Anyway, but no, seriously, he should have locked it and killed Yuji and Toji. This is no joke. What in reality they slapped in was Hana. And keep in mind, why would they save Bumami when Bumami has the worst crash outs in history? I'm pretty sure even a YouTuber did it once, and I'm shocked by how much these are. And Hanabi just stands, more floats up in the air. And Sukuna is probably gonna get the worst beating of his life. Granted, I hope he survives the worst beating of his life, because this is Angel's technique. Anyway, we see Toto actually use the range of his technique, and then we see a huge flashback involving Yuji's domain and copy Earth's technique to Hanabi, who is still alive. Yes, she's still alive. And I'm not even getting any points for questioning how she's not alive, because I actually didn't know she's alive. But she's going through a lot. And that's just some talking, which we can ignore because we already it's pretty much a Twitter or people basically shocked by this. It's saying Yuta's curse technique. The true strength of copy is having the two of the same cards in our hand. And this says, especially for those who know how copy works, it easily to fail into a trap about their thinking. It as me taking the technique instead of the copy of it. And we get to see Sukuna hit with a really big maximum Jacob's ladder. Like a really big. I don't know where the flying baby skulls come from, but I'm pretty sure it's part of the technique as Sukuna just looks up. Anyway, that's chapter 2. Let's go next chapter. Chapter 264. Titled, I don't even know what it's titled. The joke angel of Jacob's ladder crashes down upon Sukuna. Okay, that is a really better title than anything else I can think of. Anyway, that is pretty much the 4 sorcerers. There's minus the fact that minus the fact that Megami is still inside Sukuna. Nah, actually, kind of think about it. I suddenly just put a pause. Why did pretty much, I don't know, Sukuna took the bite of literally Megami? Was it the fact that his curse technique had Maharaga? And of course the 10 shadow technique that allowed him to kill a lot more easier than his slashes? Or the fact that he saw potential in Megami, like in the first few episodes of the series? Yeah, that could be it. Oh no, here's it. There's such a battle in the unharmed, demon-infested district of Senjuku. Good. This is still going on, by the way. So Sukuna basically takes the ladder, but holy crap, I think he just tried to play Mario as he breaks down a few barrels and just suddenly skids a cough. Unlike Akatsu's domain when he could select a target. His target of this Jacob's ladder would hit Toto, Ido, and the brat too. And he already knows that this one is weak as heck. I mean, even though the first one was strong as heck, like when it's going to take over Megami's body, this one's as strong as heck. If the scale, the pillar of light, I'll be able to reach the angel without any interference. That's what you think. Hanami tries to fall back as normal, but Omae no Shineru. Nani? Yeah, that is exactly what I would think Hanami would be in right now. King of the North Fist's enemy, about to be obliterated. And right before, or it's about to happen, and of course, within that body, you are nothing but the strongest technique in a weak shell. Losing one of the arms makes that a fact all the more true. They were able to guarantee the same output they did back then. Angel, before or I'm torn from Megami's body, I'll end your life. That's what he basically looks like right about now. Until Toto freaking jumps out of nowhere to take the Black Flash. And mind you, I don't know how many Black Flashes Sukuna did. And people said it was like a total of 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. Ooh. But my thoughts exactly is this Black Flash is nearly as powerful as the other ones. Heck, Yuji Todori's Black Flash was so strong it nearly would hit down Sukuna's chest. Anyway, this man, he is a Jujutsu sorcerer to the very core. Yep, that's Sukuna shock face when he realizes that. And funny enough, they go speed rocking the same way Yuji Itadori did in a couple of buildings. Those two are out of commission. I can sniff out Angel and find a breath later. Once the only one left standing, think how now it's the brat. And truth be told, he's already realizing right now what just happened. And I mean, Yuji is right there. He chased after me with light of air, desperate. It is burning him. Yep, I'm even shocked how this even makes any sense. Like, how on earth did Yuji Itadori, a man who has curse energy, jumped inside Jacob's ladder, who can annihilate curse energy? Who can annihilate curse energy? Work. Anyway, then Sukuna gets punched, like, really hard. Like, I know people are getting punched, but this had to be the level of punchings for this mantle to work. Oh, until he basically grabs Sukuna and throws him into a bunch of buildings. Like, how on earth is Sukuna basically survived that? Kind of think about it. How did Then Yuji survived that. Oh yeah, bulk body. I forgot about that part. Anyway, Sukuna manages to get his feet, but he manages to dodge Yuji Itadori's slashes of dismantle. He runs his own dismantle, which misses, followed by the fact he was basically using that as a distraction to regenerate his arm, unleashing yet another black flash. The King of Curses regains his first curse technique at last. There's no need for me to make ski moves like Gojo Satoru is focusing to. All things standard, all I need to do is just wait for my technique to recover. This brat is not a threat to my life. Boy, do you basically wish that was the entire lifestyle of what's going to happen. Or anything for that matter. This is going to be like one of the saddest things for poor Sukuna. After basically, surviving. And once again, he said, this brat is no threat to my life. Yuji fires up some oil samples on the floor. Sukuna gets dazed for a little bit, saying that the fall, until he dodges another dismantle. Dismantles that only target the barriers between me and Megumi Shigeru's body. How many times he literally said Bomomi's name? Like, how many times? It's a lethal technique if to act an iconic type like me. But then, if it doesn't land, it's meaningless. And this is the part where Sukuna literally just realized what he just walked into. Seriously, only a genius could come up with this. And Satoru goes as a genius. We get a flashback of pretty much the fight between this volcano head right here. I'm surprised he still has so many scenes of him coming back to life. I do recall Sukuna hit him with literally Fuga, the fire arrow. Anyway, it expels a ton of curse energy, but it has first off, it's a stat boost is due to the change of environment, sort of like a video game buff. Did this man literally have the time to make it act like a video game buff? Of course he is. He's Satoru Gojo, the legend. Even though deep down inside, I'm still gonna probably do is like a fight between the lower class as curse users, aka Hanami, Chozo, so Mahito, and of course probably others before he got sealed. Anyway, also, curse techniques imbued with a domain will guarantee to hit. As finally, after you had like 1,000 like a lot of chapters. Let me tell you, folks. We had to wait probably like 2 years, just a lot of months, and of course a lot of time on our hands. But Yuji activates his domain, pulling up these masterful signs, and that represents the Buddha, or something we basically reviewed. I basically should probably relook that. But anyway, he says domain expansion through switching and training with aka one of the first grade sorcerers. Yuji Itadori learned the fundamentals of barrier techniques. And Sukuna's eyes, is immediately simply say, "What the is this? Come on, Sukuna, let's go." The decisive one-on-one heads into an incarnated domain. Yep, an incarnated domain is exactly what it is, because Sukuna looks like that kind of person who would say, "What kind of domain is this?" Anyway, next chapter. Alright, so this chapter just shows up with just exactly how it is. I experienced this before, or a rare phenomenon when connecting with a sorcerer during in a battle. I thought it was a side effect or some sort of, or due to curse energy between being born from a human. Itadori expands his domain. Just what the heck is this place? What is this place? And of course, like everyone, including myself, saying on Twitter right now, what is this place? I have seen Yuji Todori through a lot, surviving high-level curse techniques like Hanabi's course or curse technique, and of course probably getting punched by Sukuna, punched by Megami, punched by Togo, and I don't know how many times he got punched. This is like literally like is he literally good? How much built did he have to be strong? Yes, this is something different. What is this, your domain? And he says, shut it. I did this effectively. I don't really get it either. And already, I'll have to do a lot of talking. I want some time to talk. Look to you. Just indulge me for a second. Besides, the locals would. Are you kidding me? He's now in a different country. Okay, before you basically had to simply say that he was raised here. Yep, he was raised here, all right. Wait, look at all this. This tells Yuchi's grandma he was raised here 6 years old. Oh, Sukuna, just stop it here. I wonder if the guy I would come into my grandpa's house if he had died first. Yes. It was a ghost town, but it was surprisingly empty. But wait, what does he mean? Actually, I guess I wasn't surprised. I'm being honest, I was kind of... I wonder if that guy I would come to my grandma's funeral if he hadn't died first. Wait, what does he mean by that? Sukuna, looking puzzled as heck, as like everyone else did when this chapter hit. Let's move on. Holy. I thought I was gonna die after stubbing my toe on a swing set. I wonder if you can take a drink of this. I'm not too mad about it. Built different. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Once I use this powder to try, and saw some slime I dropped in the sandbox, but the whole thing went down on the drain. And a moment of glory days. That's a these words. Okay, I already know the manga readers have to read like hours and hours of words on this, which exactly is. But Yuji Sukuna correct them that you moron. Yeah, I know, I care. That's mistakes. Oh my gosh, it's just from those memories. Holy cow! I bet that memories are great, but see, all I like to know about the place of memories when you're in my body. I didn't waste my time reading and fights each other or peace in the meaningless drive. Right. Catching fish. Okay, first off, how does this play in the part of killing Sukuna? Second off, you catch fish? Okay, I'm getting distracted as heck. So, you got an American crab fish of one. That's way more real. You heard me. What was that? Oh my god, I just wanna... For you guys' sake, I already know you guys have thought all this, but I'm just gonna skip to probably where it is. I know this spot was there. Well, how much of this do you have to have? I know that this has to be a lot of Yuji's memories, but I think it's finally the time we get to see baby Yuji. Yep, we finally get to see it. Alright, I had enough. Yeah, Sukuna probably had enough. Okay, I think I showed you pretty much everything I wanted to show you. Your blabbering is disgusting. Say, say what you, say what you want. Say what you want to say. Yeah, stick it up to the real man. Even though deep down inside, both of you are exactly the same. You know. Oh my god, I already know this part. Oh hey look, every single character that died in the JJK came back as this. So it pretty much just simply shows that Sukuna Hayuki basically knows he has that role way better than just living up to the name. Oh hey Nabara, you looking fine. Chozo, how's it going? Humans aren't tools, born with any set rules. It never had anything to do with the way people died. I just couldn't even forget those who would act as if their value didn't exist. Which is to say, I don't know. No, I don't know which human is fundamentally good or evil. Which finally means to all of this, including just probably a picture of Mahito, as sickening as he is that he simply says this one phrase, and one phrase, to combine all this stuff up. I love you, Sukuna. I could be doing the wrong thing here. So I thought at least I'd show you a little. You see, the humanity, something other than yourself, you see no value in. Just saw it quite a town. This town became you expected it. You feel absolutely nothing. I don't feel a thing, brat. I understand everything you're saying, brat, yet stirs no emotion within me. And finally, we get to see exactly how all this makes sense in Sukuna's way right about now. No dice, figured. I'm dumbfounded by your cowardice. Suffer to say. Your rage toward me, your hatred has amounted up to this. Oh no, wait, I actually should say it in Yuji's voice. Your rage towards me, your hatred, this is all it's amounted up. This is all it's amounted to? What could you possibly be? And finally, like, literally, oh my god, I think probably this is gonna be the biggest fight of all. Sukuna already knows what's going on. As he looks straight back at Yuji and says, "Are you pitying me?" Yep, that is the first and final remark of how this final fight is going down. Sukuna gets the back shot of being pitied for the first few chapters of the manga. Heck, the first few episodes of how Yuji Todori fought him. And now, oh no, it's still good. And now he says, "This is your way to show compassion." Exactly, Sukuna. I can kill you. You within this domain, I think he said. Release Fushiguro, and return into my body, and I'll spare your life. Such a grave, gothic. I won't stop mincing you to pieces, brat. It's right in front of. I will slaughter each and every. every human Isuko claims to be so valuable. And this is what makes it so better, as Sukuna is furious beyond imagination. Like, I don't even know if he says I can kill you inside your domain part. I think some of the manga of it is or Gege, they removed it. A fuel burst and he read it with fury. And let's move on to the next chapter. Okay, next chapter. Ignore all the ads, they're just there to block us. I should have probably just like literally gotten rid of them by clicking X, but who cares? Is Itadori's all ears inside Mega Fushigura's soul? That's enough, Yuji. Or just that's enough. I want to create a world where an Asumi, aka a sister, wouldn't have to suffer needlessly. Or at the very least, I wanted to preserve a fragment of life as much as possible. Or could. Eating home cooked meals, watching the sun and being fallen to who are hanging the laundry, seeing her off as she walks by someone like you, Itadori Yuji. Wait, what the heck? You know, I'm gonna let that part slide because this is Sukuna's death, so that would be true happiness to me. But I had enough. Even when my grandpa first got sickness with lung cancer, me was offered a role treatment that would come with a side effect. He turned it down. He turned it down? Huh. Anyway, maybe he thought his body was strong enough without all the treatment. Even so, the offering I'd heard about, but I didn't seem. It felt like some other one's choice. Deep down, I always felt distracted and harm, so I figured I must for them and being to be fine. Oh, the mouse still work. Ever since I came to Jujutsu High, I've been filled with all of these awful thoughts. When I think about it, the last thing forever, I found myself empathizing with my grandma or any face of helpless situation. Huh, that does explain like every single situation is helpless as heck. That's why I can't tell you to keep living. And right off the bat, we're back at the fight. Why did I click that? Sukuna unleashes Hollow Wicker Basket, and finally, we're getting into the final fight. Like, holy crap, I had to do a lot of things about these chapters. Yes. And of course, Sukuna and Yuji Itadori face off. They did. Use Gato Soto's method to reset Edabura's technique within a domain, but the risk is too great. The effects will come after the effects of Unlimited Void present. However, there's a lot of context. Allowing a sorcerer to buy time until certain effects imbued within the domain hit them, but eventually it will fail. They will be overpowered. Consisting the domain, one unactivates the mental image, which outprint requires a technique, and lets Hollow Wicker Baskets or symbol domain is a little. However, Sukuna is able to simply either output by maintaining the hand signs after her Hollow Wicker Basket is activated. This allows him to continue fighting without being overpowered within the domain. Okay, that huge big that was like a long reading is over. We get back to the fight. And already Sukuna tries to kick Yuji Itadori, but Yuji blocks that stuff. And did I just hear bam? Of course I did. They have sound effects. And of course Sukuna tries to basically attack escape from in the snow. Will followed up by another punch, a punch to the head, and knock it back. Color be expressed. Who would have thought I had the figure of being looked down on would fill me with such urge, that being pitiful would wreak such hatred. What fun it would be for every human to repeat the consequences of your actions. And then, like, bro, we're taken to, like, literally, a flashback of where Fushiguro met Gojo, got peeved, but instead of Gojo, it's Yuji Itadori. What's that face? Kid Megami, I mean. And instead of being up a Gojo, like pretty much a past arc, instead, he gets to meet up with Itadori. It would be so lonely without you, Fushiguro. And boom! I don't even know my 10 challenge technique stopped functioning after Maharag was destroyed. This had to be the Fushiguro Megami. His soul was submerged in the bath, and yet the restless mantles breathing new life into it. And speaking of dismantles, punch, dismantle. Itadori smiles and then kicks some snow to basically chase up him. A flurry of punches later and bro, how could you keep up with 4? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 arms. There are 4 punches. Yes, in total of all those goddamn arms. And look at Sukuna's face after all that. And they kick some snow. Oh, Yushi and Sukuna grab their heads and do a flurry of thousands of punches. Just like, this is no joke. It just hits ever and ever and over again. And then finally, the only one overpowered is Sukuna. His strikes have of an effect I can't overcome it. I'm gonna recover with my reverse curse technique. He'll take a hollow with a basket and shatter it. Yeah, it's being shattered. Sadly enough, Sukuna's technique works and Yuji's goblet is completely destroyed. Sukuna's technique has recovered. That Gojo Sensei, he used his Earth's burnout technique. Domain expansion, he said, and suddenly Sukuna is stopped because he looks at the 2 fingers that Yoshi's goblet had, and this next part of the chapter is freaky as heck. Bro, what is... Alright, what does this finger mean? Next... Wait, this is a battle between Al in Senjuku to reach the climax. Okay, we don't read that, but still, what does this mean? A finger. A single Sukuna finger, which we have not seen since, well, for a long time. And since one of them was birthed up. Yep, and they need it back. But, what does this mean exactly? We're gonna find the next chapter real quick, and... Oh yeah, just to let you know that this is like the final chapter there. Also, check out the cool battle of Yuji and Sukuna fighting. This shows how much they would go this far to kill each other. Anyway. Oh yeah, I think this chapter deserves some pubs, aka the dogs, on their heads. Honestly, I don't even know what this makes sense of. Oh, here it is. JJK's last 5 episodes. This is a big for just a normal chapter. Actually, this is going to be a thumbnail, but still. And then finally, we have the decisive battle in the inhabited demon-infested Senjuku. Here, we get Okatsu and Gojo taking on switch training. Where if you want me to give you Sukuna's last finger... Wait, Gojo had Sukuna's last finger the whole time? That says a lot of information, but hard pass. Mostly because it's not like the percentage of the finger. Sukuna's finger was like 1% and he barely defeated Gojo that time. Anyway, sure, that would mean with the condition of your technique. That's a 12th of the finger of Sukuna. After all, but if your goal is to analyze the shrine and its technique, that will be enough. Yep, that's exactly how it is. We're not even recording a live stream because I swear I heard something. Anyway, make the favor or something else. Akatsu doesn't even know what that means. I don't think it's a good idea to lose our connection to Sukuna here. Let me put it how you would take a gamble. Here's what you ought to do if you want to copy the shrine. I wonder how this is gonna go. In order to copy the shrine technique, I have to have Rika ingest a portion of the target's body. Alright, it says, alright, so body part of the mouth is dependent on or what I'm trying to copy, how many times I could use it. Maintaining that strong the technique, the more potential the lethal part is required. And of course, I'm just going to simply say that they can't basically take a Gojo's technique because they will just use RCT to repair that attack. That way, you could at least copy Gojo Akari's Senpai's techniques, right? That's a no-go. Oh, and it says, oh. That's without a rib. You better be able to heal it back for me later. Later for sure. He's gonna be a-okay. And of course, they basically decided because they don't want to basically reveal to Itadori if he's still connected to Sukuna, which he is not the conditions of what they're planning to do. Itadori, even if you can't use it right now, Sukuna's curse technique is already etched into your body. And they pulled the biggest brain blast I've ever seen. Here's what it looks like inside my head. Brain blast! No, seriously, this is the biggest one. They take 2 of Yuji's fingers, instead a binding vow on them to turn those fingers into Sukuna's fingers. I think one of them was used for Rika's technique, and I think the other one was shockingly used for something else. The brat's fingers. He's missing 2 of them. I only removed his little finger when I moved into Megami Fushiguro. Or should I say Bomi? Because this guy constantly can't catch a break. But it doesn't look like it's a fresh wound. You aren't able to retrieve your final finger. Were you? Was it a freaking bluff? Was that a bluff? Yeah, it was a bluff. He did not use my fingers to copy the shrine. He used the brats. And oh hey, we see 2 of our favorite sorcerers who have not done a jack squat in the new chapters of the Calling game. Or the Sukuna battle or anything else that matter. They just stand here to guard it. The special curse object, Sukuna's fingers, can withstand any technique by it with Jujutsu or with force. But it can't negate a curse technique. It's a binding vow. It's a binding vow. If we can and try to destroy it, we'll focus on allowing a curse technique to pass through it. Then maybe we'd be somewhere else. I'm more worried about it hasn't even been an hour and a half since she woke up, And literally, and I don't even know how this even makes sense, but Nobara from like JJK 1,000 chapters, like half of the goddamn story comes back alive. I have like you all remember correctly that Mahito like destroyed her eye. He nearly killed her, and I'm pretty sure by the standards of the flashback in Yuji Chidori's like flashback, like there is no way that he comes back to life. Anyway, we are then see how cool that she is, but we don't have to see it right now as he uses Residence on the finger, causing Sukuna to have spikes burst out of his body, destroying his technique. This girl... Is that a girl? This is bad. My technique cannot open my domain. The brat's sure hit effect is going to land at this rate. And you already know my reading skills have been improved since I went to college. And, oh yeah, we get to see this wholesome scene. How's that for a pee, you dang idiot? And, yep, Yuji is crying a tear. Oh, and, Yuji hits this mantle on Sukuna right now as we speak. And then a kick to the face. A punch to the face. Are those fingers? This ain't over! This isn't over! As he yells out loud, Sukuna turns his freaking attention over to that of literally Itadori punches him. You think you could play at me with the superior reflex of this X domain? You haven't been using your Earth technique to heal your wounds. You surpassed your limits a long time ago, and the vast amounts of curse energy you expired with this domain. You're the one who's on the ropes, you goddamn brat! And finally, Sukuna basically says that as he looks so angry. But shockingly, he somehow basically does not have time to even relate to that as he gets hit with something I like to call double impact with after a time lag. I'm probably gonna have to basically like check up on that. But anyway, and finally, Yuji says this: "Time to end, and we end the circle of curses." If you don't know, it's exactly the name of the series. And finally, we get to see this: a huge, powerful, and yet very destructive black flash straight onto Sukuna's chest, or nope, probably just chest. As ring the bell on a long fight. Yep, that is exactly how it is. Sukuna gets the biggest KO of his life. And this is what shocks me even more, because after that, we get to see this huge thing. Just how do you think you'll be able to go on? You had your body stolen by me. You murdered your own sister. You turned away the hand that reached out to you. Oh yeah, and that brat you saved ended up slaughtering thousands. Sukuna all mouth up inside Fushigura's soul. Give up. Give it up. You can't live life with more. Just relax and leave it all to me. Wow, now I know he's really desperate for life. Death. Both. Anyway, making me finally basically figures out why he sounds so debated. Is it because he's the only? Only one left? One more of your fingers? And it turns out there is a special condition with me. That takes it. Well, there's no more tearing. All this basically means that even if all his fingers disappear, he has no longer any chance to basically pull your soul to it. And from the very start, I never independently to live a proper life. Sounds obvious, but a ton of more people are this world is ill than just me. Just once. I think I'll try living for someone else. And right before basically Megami gets pushed out of Sukuna's body by literally Yuji, I just want to point out one thing. What the heck did Yuji's domain do? Oh, also, did I forget to mention that Yuji Itadori's domain is incredibly huge? Look at it, it's the size of New York. It's the size of literally, it's the size of, oh, the LA Dome. Oh, what's the San Diego one? Or New Zealand. I honestly don't remember how big. I think it's bigger than probably that of like a mansion. But it's huge. Anyway, the domain shatters into thousands of pieces. It usually ends the red hook to Sukuna. Poor Megami is literally flying away. Even though he did lost all those tattoos, and of course still is the bum Megami I always known him to be, which is exactly what he is. At least he barely got a hit in it. Anyway, wait, and this panel right here just makes it more obvious Sukuna's cooked. Sukuna is cooked. Look at it. Ugh. He stretches out for Megami as quick as possible. And you can see his body is falling apart. A splat later, and he basically just huffs some air. Looks at literally Yuji, aka the brat that he has always been trying to crush. Down on feet and make sure he's miserable. But the brat stays strong. What's it gonna be, Sukuna? Release Fushiguro, return to my body once more, I'll spare your life. Sukuna, you are me. We were born into this world with unconscious rivalries of curses. What sort of monster you turned into is entirely dependent by luck. I have my grandpa. Nice job, Sukuna had not. Let's try one more time. Living not by a curse, but something else, but existing. By existing alongside them. If no one else will accept you, and live with you. You pause a minute and take some thought. I'm impressed you take this face so far, Itadori Yuji. And after like a bajillion chapters, including probably the end, and Sukuna literally says the name of pretty much is the brat, Itadori Yuji, and he says this, the final message: don't underestimate me. I am a curse. Okay, lock it in. You're dead as heck. As good as squints and saying it's over. Hanami over there. So he says it's finished. Yep, it looks like it's over. What are you gonna do now? The only possible cause for a master's defeat would be his incarnate form. You play had no strength. Like I said, it's not finished, or nothing is more done. Wait. Nanami was a girl? Oh yeah, she probably was the clan way back in the Heian era. Luck was just on your side. You never escaped death, but simply being born 1,000 years too late. Luck was on my side. That's the highest praise a guy like me can get. Huh. I suppose you're right. And she dies. Now, what fills me with rage is this chapter right here, as Bomi wakes up inside his bed. It's still goddamn alive. Like, I'm still like even shocked to this point. Like, how the heck are you alive? You survived at least 5 black flashes, 2 hollow purples, and got like literally no damage out of this. Like, I already know the other YouTubers had to basically process how the heck this guy is alive. But there's no way you could survive multiple black flashes without even taking a break. Anyway, let's just fast forward to this. What are you guys doing? Trying to pull a Kisuga alive is prank? Oh, my bad. Yeah, he says that. Even though deep down inside it's probably giving it. There's only 5 chapters of the manga, by the way. Hey, we're gonna get out soon. So, you guys. I thought all the biggest piece of candy in the class was 6 feet under there, yet those yet yet she's alive and kicking. You're not even going to and or cry tears of joy. Crying a bit. I tried crying a bit, said Yuji. When you landed the residence, as I wasn't really surprised of anything since I found out while I was inside Sukuna. Guess you really got to be a person for, or like that, or like this, huh? Really are the three of us. Oh, and while basically going on the fact of Gojo, he left some letters. Yes. Alright, the three of us are here, so I guess it's time to open up these. Hiro-san gave me these are letters from Gojo. Letters? This has to be a trip. I can't even imagine this. It's pretty harsh. There are only 2 left. Yeah, there's nothing for me. I got to talk to him directly. Alright, let's get this started. Let's get this over with. My reading is so good sometimes, but the big words. Anyway, Nabara starts first. And keep in mind, she came back and had an eye patch. She says, what's it say? What's he say? This isn't a letter, it's just information where my mom is and what she's doing. Not even, you want to know? Oh, not even a little bit. Still, I guess I'd give her credit for finding that chick. You have been promoted to special grade or something? Oh my gosh, making me laughing. Oh, and also bumming me laughing. Yeah, I was gonna say making me bumming me laughing. I'm tripping out of here with how this manga this fight ended with pretty much that of Megami just laughing. Sukuna should have come back and just wasted all of them. He should have just killed all of them. Holy cow, this fight. Anyway, he's laughing. Fushigura's laughing. Now, can I see? Come on, let me see. Yeah, it's pretty similar. What? In your, and both of them are paused by this. Yes, until they're shocked to figure out the whole thing. This is what makes you down. Then why are you laughing at this? It's all good, if you say so. Unfortunately, your dad is dead. Bummer, cause I killed him. Oh, the dude. Sorry. Oh shoot, we gotta hurry and meet up with Tamaki and the others. You coming for Fushiguro? Oh, that said, everyone's got on a come. Alright, I have to apologize to everyone and then thank them. Yeah, you had to apologize too and thank them for basically, killing them a lot, well as Sukuna. But at the same time, like literally, why would you thank them? And this has nothing to do with that. And this gets Bomomi confused as heck. It's about Katsu senpai. We gotta save him. You tell you son of a... Is that what saving his life sounds like? They all immediately do the exact same thing of worried. Sue's got only 3 chapters left. Are you kidding me? So, yeah. That's basically the end of it. I hope you guys loved it. This was literally the entire recap of the Sukuna battle. The entire thing. And, yeah, now that I analyzed it, I said, hey, wow, that is sad. That is, like, that's not even a fight. Who am I kidding? I'm pretty sure there's better fights. But still, subscribe for more fights and more mangas, because I will probably read a lot more arcs. If I can.